Hey, good evening, Baker. It's your mayor, Darnell Waits. And I hope you had a great weekend and we're doing fine. And I hope you're just staying dry. Today, I have the pleasure of being with me on this show. It's a very special show for us because I have the pleasure of having Mr. Irvin here, William Irvin here from Baker High School. He's the band director there. And he has some really, really great news about our band and our high school. And I'd like to introduce you guys to Mr. William Irvin from Baker High School. Hey, sir, how you doing? All right. All right, so Mr. Irvin, I know we got some great news that we want to share with our viewers tonight about what's going on with Baker High Band.
Well, Mayor Waits, we've had a lot of great things going on with the band over the last couple of years. I'd like to say I'm blessed to be in a situation where I have talented students who are willing to go the extra mile to grow and learn more things in the music education world. So we've done well with our marching band. We've done well with our concert band over the last couple of years.
Right.
Especially last year, having made a superior rating at the district festival
Right.
just down the street at Zachary, and at the state festival that was hosted last year at Baton Rouge Magnet High School. So they did well there, and then we traveled to Dallas, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Where we made a superior rating in first place with the marching band and the symphonic band
Right.
At a national festival in Dallas that's sponsored by World Strides on Stage. And with those performances and all the great things that we've been doing with the band program, we were invited to perform at Carnegie Hall by way of an audition recording. And the audition recording went very well, and they, of course, asked us to come to New York. And that's a big feat for not only our school, our
Right.
band, but for this city. It is an expensive trip.
Right.
But it is something that's going to be a life-changing experience for our students and for those adults who accompany them to New York. So this year we started fundraising pretty early
Right.
because we know we had a monumental task
Right.
to raise the funds to do this. It's approximately $1,500 per person that's going on
Wow,
the trip.
wow, wow.
So that's per student and per chaperone, per director. Everybody that goes on the trip, that's $1,500 per person. So with the number of students, and that's 50 students, with our band staff and with the chaperones that are going, you're looking at 72 people traveling.
Wow.
With us times $1,500. So
Right.
that takes that price tag pretty far up there.
That's
and
right.
we also have a large constituency of
Right.
Of people that will be traveling with us to root us on at
That's
Carnegie
right.
Hall.
That's right.
Including some of our school district leaders.
Right.
Our local school leaders. It's going to be a fabulous event. Of course, some of my family will be there as well, traveling from other places. So we're real excited about it. New York is a fun place to go.
That's right. That's
It
right.
is a big place to go for
Yeah.
students. Out of the 50 students that we'll be taking with us, only 45 have ever been on a plane.
That's right.
So it's going to be a learning experience for
That's right.
everybody as well. And some of the parents hadn't even been on planes.
That's right.
I remember I started flying around this time and now fly all the time.
Right.
So a lot of the kids are they're very excited. They're going to get their state ID so they can go and go
Right.
through TSA travel and all this kind of
Right.
stuff. And they have been fundraising very well. We, of course, with our Battle of the Bands, we did real well. We've sold plenty of candy.
Right.
We've done a number of car washes.
Right.
And of course, Heritage just did a benefit concert for us on last week,
Right.
where we raised a considerable amount
Right.
at that concert, and we're thankful for the people of Baker
Right.
for coming out and donating money to us.
Right.
So thank you so very much for doing that, because every little bit helps.
That's right.
And to meet the people of Baker and the people of this metropolitan area as they come by the school to drop off checks or even come by rehearsal just to hear how the students are doing, it means a lot.
That's
not
right.
only to me, but to the students that are there pushing for this great feat, because it does take a lot. I mean, even just today, we did a run-through performance, if you will, at LSU.
Right.
And that went pretty well. I
Right.
mean, they are making some good sounds to those instruments, and we think we're going to represent well again in the upcoming days at the LMEA Festival again. So we want to, replicate what we did last year and even do better. This group doesn't have as many seniors as last year. I graduated 24 seniors.
Yes, you did. You graduated a lot
So
of them.
that is a lot of
Yeah.
seniors for a band our
That's right.
size. But we came back strong, even with the marching band. We won a number of Battle of the Bands this year.
Right.
Our dancers have done well. Our individual musicians are getting ready for
Yeah.
the college scholarship auditions that are coming up.
Right.
So we want to match that feat that we had last year as well, because those seniors auditioned and earned upwards of almost $1.5 million in band scholarships.
Well,
So we want to do
wow.
that same thing this year. And trips like this
help you out.
help us out, yeah.
So now tell the viewers, and I know your background. I know that your commitment. You know, I have my God kids are part of your band, and I know how many parades you did doing Mardi Gras. I mean, you're doing a lot. But tell your viewers how to donate if they want to donate and help you get your kids there.
There are 3 ways to donate. First, you can always go to our GoFundMe account. It is you can find it up under Baker Band to Carnegie Hall 2018. You can go to GoFundMe and put that in the search engine, and you find it there. You can always come by the school and leave the money with our school secretary or myself at the school so we can get that deposited quickly. Or you can mail it to us at our temporary location, which is 5903 Groom Road at Baker Middle School. And you can address that to myself or the principal or the band program, and we'll get that and get that going forward, because we are at that point where funds are due.
That's right.
I just got an email on my way here to the studio, and they're saying, okay, it's that time. But they understand what we're dealing with in terms of raising the funds and the clientele in which they're dealing with. And we know that this is going to be something huge, because it's not only huge for us, it's huge for World Strides.
That's right.
It's huge for the city of New York, and nobody wants to see this fall by the wayside.
That's right.
This is something that needs to happen.
That's right.
For our city. It is huge.
Right.
It is something that is a feather in the cap for all of us. We'll be able to go years down the line and say, you remember when the city of Baker participated in a concert at Carnegie Hall, just like we do with the bands of the late 50s, when the Baker High School band participated in the Tournament of Roses.
That's right. That's right. That's
so
right.
These are monumental tasks and performances that we still want to take part in and make history with. You know, I've had a chance to talk with 4 of the former directors of high school. They all have been behind us and all have contributed in some way, form, or fashion. I've talked with Ms. Hurd. I've talked with Ms. Catherine Hurd, who used to be the band director. I've talked to Mr. Trent Johnson, who was very vocal in his donation on GoFundMe. I've talked to Mr. Kedrick Taylor, who's now an associate director of band at Southern University, and we'll be at Southern University tomorrow night for their concert band festival. And of course, Mr. Derek Walker. This is interesting. He will be judging us at the festival tomorrow night. So,
that's right.
Everybody's close-knit, and everybody wants to see Baker High School Symphonic Band do well this year.
All right. Well, look, if you're listening, and you guys, you know how we feel about our schools. You know how we feel about. You know how I feel about the high school. I love that. I love that school. I love everything about that school. So if you're listening, please, let's get our kids to New York City here. Please go ahead and make your donations. Do it now. Talk to your pastors. Talk to anybody you know. And let's get our kids there. Let's show our kids how much we love them. And let's do it for our city. Let's do it for the city of Baker and the school board. And we'll be right back in a moment. Let's pay some bills.